What's going on, AFC Northerners? How are we doing tonight? I know how you're doing.
I have had better. I mean, that was a game.
It was a game. We're going to get into that in a second. But first, a couple things. I want to give a huge shout out to superfanstyle.com.
Peter Shawless wound up making these shirts up for superfanstyle.com for Steelers.
They sent me one. Yeah. Thank you so much, Peter. Really appreciate it. I'm going to wear this shirt all the time now.
I hate this shirt.
I love it. I absolutely love it. So I
love you, Peter, but I hate that. You also, if you want...
oh, actually, I should have... he sent me... Is Peter a Ravens fan?
Yeah.
Okay, he sent me a little... there's a little yellow Post-it that came with the shirt that had... it had a smiley face with a wink on it, and it said, "Go Ravens." Hope you enjoy the shirt or something. I remember. I have it somewhere. I remember
Pete Shawless is he's the one who created the West Wing LA. Which is now like almost 3,000, 5,000
That's
strong,
amazing.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And if you're a Ravens fan, especially on the West Coast, and that means in the entire West Coast, if you contact those guys at the West Wing or at the West Wing LA, those guys are like awesome. Please hang out. We're here in LA at Big Wangs. Shout out to Big Wangs for being awesome.
Well, they need the West Wing because that East Wing got a little broken.
Really? By the way, guys, if you want that Dilly Dilly shirt, you can get 20% off your order. AFC North 20 is our code. You can get brand new. You can get your new Dilly Dilly shirt. I hate saying that.
I love it. It's okay. It feels so. It's great hearing come out of your mouth.
Shut up. All right.
So the next thing I want to go off onto is we have a lot of new subscribers that we have actually not had a chance to.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're up over 700. We're up over 700 now.
Yeah, we're up.
It's
700. Like last I checked, it was like 711, 712.
It's awesome. So we've got about. Thank you, guys. We've got 32 subscribers to thank today. We want to thank Vince Armstrong, Sonny Bradshaw, RR Krishna 82, Matt Hennefelt, Katie H, Diego Artistane, J Marley 0632. The Drew 3.
The Drew 3.
Yes. Andrew Baca.
I love that name.
Right? Andrew Baca. It almost sounds like Chewbacca.
Yeah,
as I was saying, Andrew Baca.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Smokey Productions. MJM Gaming.
All right.
Maria Duran.
All right, Maria.
Devin Wagner. J-Mac. Enrique Hernandez.
That's
Austin.
Horrible for me to do.
Nick Douglas. Evan Wenkus. Stezo Supreme.
What a horrible name to like grow up with.
To go Wenkus? Yeah.
Oh my God, dude. I hope you're a well-adjusted adult.
Sure he is.
I really hope you're like.
Sure he is.
I'm with you. I had a hard name growing up too.
Gabriel. Everyone used to call me Gabe. Like I heard all the names.
Really?
Yeah. Always.
I got Jan. I mean.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Anyway.
We've got Stezo Supreme, Inside Wrestling Truth.
Inside Wrestling Truth.
Yes, it made me. I loved it. It was awesome. I had a nice little.
That dude's a Steelers fan.
He's gotta be. He's gotta be. It's that 412 baby. Mr. Football Man 52.
Dope.
Paul Baker. Yes.
I've seen him helmet a couple of times.
Yes, he has. Joshua Morgan. Bengals Mafia. Take this one.
What?
Speedy Reedy.
That dude, Speedy Reedy's been like dope. I've called him a couple of times. Dude, thank you. You're awesome.
You've been great. You've been commenting on a lot. You've been giving a lot of good.
Like you've got. I mean, what was it on Mark's like meltdown? Like, man. Anyway, so we got people to thank. We want to get a show to get to.
Landon Hicks, Idaluca Nation, George Robinson, Dustin, Chase McAndrew, R11835. And 14 Metallica Freak. If I butchered anybody's name,
Freak.
If I butchered anyone's name, I'm sorry, and go ahead and just rip me a new one in our comments in this video.
I love the idea that there's a 14-year-old out there that's a Metallica Freak.
Well, I mean, maybe he was 14 at the time when he had
but that's a very vague possibility. All right, so you want to get in on this?
Let's go ahead and get into this.
All right, so I owe you a jersey.
You do.
All right.
You do.
I am not happy about any of this.
It's okay.
But my dog is happy less because you get my dog's Ravens jersey.
Yes,
too? That is exactly what you get.
Okay, that's fine. And it's in honor of my dog, Chomsky. It's fine, yeah.
That's dope. I appreciate that.
All right.
So, man, both of our defenses have some questions.
All I can say is that I'm kind of happy that Hayden might come back this week.
Yeah, I would be too if I were you.
He's still
because he's going to be needed against the Patriots, and we'll get into that. Let's talk some Ravens Steelers football.
Let's do it.
Real quick. Let's just say who gets the game and who gets the blame. Who gets the game?
4 people get the game.
Okay.
Because it is the Killer Bees and Steelers Nation out there. It is time, and I agree, and it's been time to add a 4th Killer Bee to that, and that's Chris Boswell. I mean, 4 out of 5 games have been won off of the golden.
I mean, he's your Justin Tucker.
3 in a row.
Yeah.
4 out of 5. He is, and he's absolutely amazing.
He was outstanding. I like as somebody who like.
So I've got to say real quick before you go on that, I got to say it's Chris Boswell, Le'Veon Bell, Ben Roethlisberger, and Antonio Brown. It's
so
just
absolutely nobody
offense.
On defense.
No, because that defense.
So who gets the blame?
The defense gets the blame.
All right.
It's the defense.
Do you have 4 of them, or just the entire thing?
I've got 4 of them. Let's see.
It doesn't need to be 4.
It doesn't need. It's Sensabaugh. Sensabaugh is a big one, and a huge and. Sean Davis.
Yeah.
Sean Davis. Come on, you know he didn't have the ball. And even if he did, the suplex, you can't make mistakes.
He
like
pulled a
that.
Matthew Judon from like last week. Like, it's the same thing that Matt Judon did.
But it's just, you don't, come on.
It makes you wonder whether or not there's a script sometimes of the NFL.
It does. But those are mine. And
my
so
conspiracy theories.
So it's a hard fought game.
Yeah.
And so that game could have been put away at any point in time. So even though the Ravens didn't win, had they won, who would have been your winner? Who would have been your game?
That's a lot of speculation. But like for the game as it was, I'll tell you what it is. For the game as it was, who got the game was Alex Collins.
I agree.
Like Alex Collins and the run. Basically, the offensive line that allowed him to run. And Buck Allen's no joke either.
No, he's not.
I mean, Buck Allen got another touchdown.
But that came off of Alex Collins' long run.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, Buck Allen didn't get that touchdown until it was the 5-yard line or something like that.
I mean, nobody thought we were going to have anything on run. And here we are, and we're running it down your throats.
I'll disagree with you because of being a Steelers fan and watching the last 6 weeks at least. We can't. There's been a big issue on tackling, and I've been covering that in my.
We've had a big issue on tackling.
That's been the big thing. It's been a big issue on tackling, and I'm not sure what it is. I've talked about this before. I'm not sure if
honestly
they're afraid to hit.
No. What it is that injuries pile up around your shoulders and your neck.
That's true.
Dude. Like that's honestly, whenever you start seeing those hits, that's whenever you start guys like their collarbones are like bruised. They are done, and now you're asking me to hit this dude who's like. Just only hits with his shoulders.
It's true.
Like that's
a good point.
That to me is that. And again, that comes down to conditioning, and that comes down to like learning how to tackle better. And so my question would be, are they not tackling at the maximum efficiency at the beginning of the year? Are they making dumb like tackles?
It's hard to say. It really is because you're not in the locker room. Yeah. You're not in their heads,
and you're also not at training practice.
Exactly. So it could be the whole injury thing.
I think you literally just need to basically go back, watch the entire season, and watch go man by man to see who progresses.
Well, and I'll tell you this: another really big problem is not being able to get to the quarterback. And that I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you guys got to us basically one
sacked once
at the very end.
It was at the very end. Like, and it hasn't been. It's been since we came back from. It's weird because after the bye week is when this shift started to happen, where we weren't getting hot in the start, and the defense wasn't creating turnovers.
Well. I completely agree. I don't want to lose track of.
No, so sorry.
So, because it just occurred to me, like,
so
somebody else.
Yeah, so Collins was the.
So Collins is game, and for the most part, this is the part that troubles. I've never been whacked for Flacco. I've said this 1,000 times. Most part, Flacco was game.
Oh, he was. I'll
totally
agree with you
game.
on that.
Now, blame is a little bit of a tricky thing. So blame goes to defense, but more blame in my head. Because the defense, they were up against a really good offense. Like, they got really, really tested. But the real blame for me is Marty Morningweg. conservative play calling in the third.
You can't come out. You can't come out after the half.
I mean,
when you're up 11 points. Like, there's a difference between being up 11 points and knowing how to move the chains, and then instead of doing conservative play calling.
That was Marty Morningweg, 100% to me. I am absolutely.
I agree with you on that.
Like, I have been more ready to move on from that dude since like Game 6.
Now, to your note,
actually probably earlier than that.
To your note on going against the offense. One thing that I will say, because your front seven, the Ravens' front seven has been phenomenal. And what I will say is that offensive line, you got to bend twice. But over the last 6 or 7 games or whatever it's been since, or however many games it's been since the bye week, that O-line has been... Ben's had time in that pocket.
Yeah, he really has.
Really had.
I mean, there was literally a time where he had like 4 seconds to throw, and that was towards the end of the game, and it's just like, all right, guys, you're tired. I get it, you're tired, and I think that it's. I mean, the other matchup that really kind of the other loser of this game, I only have 3 is Brandon Carr, because he could not hold his own against.
Really couldn't.
Absolutely couldn't, and I like Brandon. I really thought, but him. Humphrey was a little bit better, but not by much. But that's due to inexperience.
Well, who went out? Who wound up going out in the first half? What was it, the third quarter?
Oh, man, my brain just went completely.
Well, I thought it was Carr that went out.
No, Carr wound up on the game. Carr went out and came back in.
Oh, okay. Then that's who it was. Yeah. I thought somebody went out, but I guess not.
I think he went out and came back in.
Okay.
But yeah, I just think that I was glad to see a great effort from Marlon Humphreys. I think that that's going to be a really interesting matchup to watch, especially next week against Josh Gordon.
Okay.
Because I think that's interesting to see what
that
secondary does.
Well,
we'll talk about that.
Gordon's been looking pretty good.
Yeah,
Gordon's been looking
crazy
pretty good.
Oh my god! All right, so final thoughts on this game.
Final thoughts on the game. The offense is hot. In the offense, I honestly think that the offense can go up against anybody, and I'll go into more of that when we go into the Patriots into the predictions and the preview coming up. My preview of the Steelers Patriots game. Final thoughts is the offense is on fire. I think the offense can go toe-to-toe with any defense right now, and especially it's because of the weapons. We've got Smith-Schuster back this week. You've got Antonio Brown. You've got Le'Veon Bell, who's not only a run threat, he's a catch threat. Yeah. He's that middle of the field, and if Ben's got time, Bell's going to find a way to get open, and he's getting those first downs. Yeah. Martavis Bryant, I got to give him an honorable mention. I mean, he's really stepped up there.
Yeah, he actually had a couple nice catches.
He's had some.
You guys, we just had no answer for you up the middle whatsoever.
It's because of the firepower that the Steelers have.
I disagree, and the reason why is, 1, Jefferson was slow in his step, but 2,
this is true.
Mosley was injured. Like, he's been dealing with a neck injury. So, like, you got a very slow Mosley on that one. So, I get what you're saying. Like, you're not wrong, but I think it's more to the point that Big Ben exploited an injury.
It's true. You're right.
I would say
it's very possible. And the defense, the final thoughts on the defense is
I mean, you guys are just clicking.
The defense isn't clicking though. Your
offense is clicking.
The offense is clicking, but the defense isn't. And Shazier's is a big. Not having Shazier is a big hindrance. If we get Joe Hayden back,
you have Shazier in that game. What do you think the difference is?
2 picks. 2 picks, and I think that game is 30-21. I think the game's 30-21. Here's why: because Pittsburgh doesn't turn on the fire unless it has to.
You know what's interesting is that the Ravens have actually. This is an interesting thought. The Ravens are very close to basically becoming a second half team.
I agree with that. I can agree with that.
And I think it's a really interesting kind of like juxtaposition, because we've been coming out hot, and if we usually score first, we win the games, right? That's been the thing. But we haven't been able to count on that, and we're starting to see like coming in hot on the second half. But with knowing that you've got guys that are fired up right out of the gate after halftime with all these badass speeches or whatever. but Marty Morningweg's play calling is so conservative that it's not matching the tempo with which they want to play.
So, questions for you. I have 2 questions.
And then we got to move on.
Yeah, no. But it goes into, so I want to know these on your final thoughts. Do you think Marty Morningweg needs to go? And what are your thoughts on playoff
chances?
Playoff chances.
Okay. Yes, Marty needs to go. Marty is just too conservative for us. We can do more dangerous things than what we're doing. I truly believe that. I mean, you look at what Alex Collins do. You look at the receptions and catches that Buck Allen has. You look at the fact that we have Macklin out there. He's got the ability to make catches. Wallace has the ability to make catches. I'm not sure how healthy he is after taking that little hit.
Yeah.
We've got Ben Watson out there. We have weapons. They're not the best, but they're not the worst either. But here's the thing:
they're unreliable though.
I wouldn't even say
not
that.
Unreliable. They're inconsistent.
I would say inconsistent, but I think the reason for the inconsistency is because I think that it just seems like the play calling isn't matching up with what they're trying to do.
Okay.
There just feels like it's just not gelling, and maybe I'm wrong about that. I'm not there, like you said. I'm not in the locker room. It just feels like Marty Morningweg is calling really conservative plays, or Joe Flacco is calling conservative plays that aren't in Marty's playbook, and I don't see that happening. I really don't see that. So, final thought is, yes, absolutely need to get Marty Morningweg out of there. Playoff chances, this is where it gets interesting. Our loss to you only affects us about 6%. Okay. According to most statistics, we've still got almost an 83% chance of getting into the playoffs. We have to win the next 3 games. This next Browns game.
Now, if you win out, are you automatically in?
If we win out, we pretty much have a wild card to fight. Okay. So we're in the wild card hunt for that. Because there was really no chance of us winning the division. There's no chance of us actually beating you and going all that. If we had beat
That's not true. That's not true. Because if you had won out and we hadn't, or if we had lost more than just the Patriots,
and then if we had lost to the Browns or the Bengals or whatever, or a team that you beat, it's.
I mean, come on, Browns.
Well, this is why it's dangerous.
Right?
You're gonna piss off Gabe.
That's the point. That's the point.
So all right. So you want to start off on these premieres? I mean,
the previews. Yeah, sure. Let's go ahead and start off with yours.
Okay, so Browns, Ravens, playing. So here's the thing. This is absolutely the trappiest game of all trap games, right? It's the trappiest. I know, it's the trappiest of trap games. And here's the thing.
Well, because they were this close to beating Green Bay,
and we have to beat them. We have to. If we don't beat them, we're. It's not that we're done, but it's pretty much, damn close. So we have to beat them, and they know it. So they're already out. So you may see Browns guys that are just pissing fuck it, I'm gonna fuck with you. Don't count that out. And no disrespect to Browns fans, y'all are fucking loyal, but you're also fucking crazy. So that being said, here's the things that, because I know we took a lot of time talking about the Steelers-Ravens game, and I don't want to do any bad justice to it. So the Browns, the Ravens, this game really comes down to whether or not our defense can recuperate from that hammering that we took.
Yeah.
Now, if they can, then they can fluster that rookie quarterback right again, but Kaiser's getting smarter.
Now, is it at home or is it in Paul Brown?
I think it's at home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that we're at home. So it's, again, the matchups that I'm looking at are Humphreys and Josh Gordon. That'd be a beautiful matchup to see. It's also probably going to go to Carr or somebody else. I really want to see whether or not Jefferson is quicker on the step. If so, that's interesting. They don't have a great answer at running back, but they have somebody. So I want to see again what our defensive line on offense. I'm not sure if Jabril Peppers is going to be playing that game or if he's not. So that really is interesting. That's a question mark there to see whether or not he is. Their secondary did give us some trouble last time we played. They weren't they weren't the easiest to throw against.
Yeah.
They're not bad guys. They're not it's not an easy win. This is not an easy win.
Even the first game of the season when Pittsburgh played them, it wasn't.
Yeah, exactly. So don't count out that game. Prediction wise, I'm going to say, you know what? I'm stupid-stitious, y'all. I'm real stupid-stitious, and I think that this could be as hard of a fought game as that Steelers one was. I think that this is going to be a 28-20 27 game.
You really think it's going to get that high scoring?
I think it will.
Okay.
I think it's going to be shootout 28, 27, and if it goes anywhere near overtime, I don't think we've got it.
You think you'll run out of steam?
I think we'll run out of steam, so we need to strike hard, strike early. I think it's going to be 28-27 Ravens, but maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm way off base, but the trappiest, hashtag trappiest of trap. Anyway.
All right.
So Steelers and Patriots.
Steelers and Patriots, yes.
The Patsies.
The Patsies. First of all, fuck the Patriots. So, all right, this is going to be, Tomlin said it, and I agree. This is going to be a shootout.
Yeah.
Quite frankly, it's going to be a shootout. If we have Joe Hayden, it's going to be a better game than if we don't have Joe Hayden, which is obvious. Now,
if you have a healthy Joe Hayden.
If we have a healthy Joe Hayden, we'll see. Like Tomlin said, he's never seen Joe Hayden come off of an injury for him, so he doesn't know what it's going to be like, what his reps are going to be. It's going to be, and my biggest concern for this game, and the biggest concern that Steelers have, is usually tight ends. Tight ends are usually a really big concern.
Yeah.
And now with not having Shazier,
now you've got Gronk back in the mix.
That's what I'm saying. With Gronk back in the mix, it's gonna be a tough game. Going those short yardage chunks are gonna be a really big problem for us, especially with the way of tackling. And Gronk is one of the.
Tom Brady's not afraid of your defense.
No, he's not. And I hate saying this, but we're not a defense to be afraid of. At the beginning of the season, we were a defense to be afraid of. Now we're not a defense to be afraid of. But here's the thing. I think it's going to be another hard-fought game. I think Pittsburgh can pull this out. And I say that because New England's defense has been getting better, but they're not the best defense in the NFL. They're not the best defense in the NFL.
I mean, they just proved it against Miami.
Exactly. And they were at home against
We shut out Miami 40-0.
But did you go into Miami or were they in?
No, we went into Miami.
You went into Miami.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I think we went into Miami. I might be wrong, Ravens fans.
But you also got to realize that's a division game. You're not a division game.
No, but 40-0.
It's 40-0. Yes. And
do you know the
let's talk about the fact that Jay Cutler threw on them. Jay Cutler's not a terrible quarterback, but I mean. Jay Cutler threw what?
Kiko Alonso and the Dolphins.
But anyways, so I'm gonna it's.
You're worried about this game.
I'm extremely worried about this game.
Tell.
I'm really worried. But here's the thing: if I'm not going into a Steelers game against a good team worried,
then what's the point?
Then what's the point? But I mean, look at the track record of this season. We gave the Kansas City Chiefs their first loss and could have quite possibly broken the Kansas City Chiefs, and because right after we beat them, they went on to a big losing streak.
I mean, don't appeal to the consequence here.
I'm going to.
That's a logical fallacy.
I don't care. I don't care. I'm still going to do it because I enjoyed it.
No, it's okay.
But anyways, Pittsburgh has the tendency to either play up to teams or down
to teams.
And the Patriots are a completely different team. The Patriots usually have our number. With that said, there are too many weapons. And Ben, we've only ever played the Patriots once in December. Only once, and that was back in 2004.
Yeah.
That was only, or 2000 and, it was one of the early 2000s. It's only ever been once in December that it's probably 04. Once in December has Pittsburgh played the New England Patriots. No, actually, I think it was before Ben. I think it might have even been before. I don't know. I looked at the stat.
We gotta call it DGBG.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. But Ben and the offense in December is like January Joe.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Pittsburgh's offense is phenomenal in December. I think it's going to be a hard-fought game. I think this game is going to be, I'm going to call it 38-40. I'm going to call this game 38-40.
38-40.
Pittsburgh.
Wow, that is a prediction, sir.
It is a prediction. And the only reason I say that is because the O-line, is because of the weapons. We have Juju Smith-Schuster this week. We've got Bell. We've got Brown. Ben and Brown's connection is like no other. Brown has almost 200 more yards than DeAndre Hopkins at number one. He's got almost 100 catches.
Like there that day?
I don't know. I didn't check yet. I'll have to check.
I would want to know that. See, I just see. I get what you're saying, and you're not wrong, but I think that I honestly see this game going to something. I don't think you're wrong to go to double digits, but I think that you're looking at like a 29-23 Patriots.
You think it's going to be that low?
29-23.
I think it's.
And the reason why is because as bad as their defense is, I'm more afraid of their defense than I am yours.
I'm less afraid of their offense than I am of ours.
I don't know.
I'm less afraid of their offense than I
think
am
that
of ours.
Tom Brady just knows how to like read you guys.
He does. That's not. You're not wrong on that.
I understand why it's defensive. I hate the Patriots, but
I know this. But I'm saying, and I'm not disagreeing with you. Yeah. There's a really good chance we can lose this, but for the first time in a long time, Pittsburgh has the #1 seed.
Yeah.
No. The #1 seed. Yeah. Not just division. Seed.
Yeah, I mean that's.
And they're playing for a lot. Yeah. They're playing for a lot. This team has always had a lot of heart. Mm-hmm. It has a lot of heart right now. Mm-hmm. I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to go into the 30s, and I think Pittsburgh squeaks it out. I do, and I think we're going to see the fourth game in a row where it's one off the foot of Boswell.
I don't think that you're wrong. I think it totally could happen.
The only thing that's going to hurt is if it's field goals. We cannot leave touchdowns on the field.
And that's the thing. Like that's what I think. That's the reason I think that it's going to be low is because I think that Bosworth is going to be your guy.
I don't think that's. We're home. That's the only thing. If it was in Gillette Stadium, I'd agree. We're home. The turnout this year at Heinz Field.
No, I'm with you.
And Heinz Field has become one of the toughest stadiums.
But Tom Brady has ice in his veins.
It doesn't matter.
He's like the Iceman.
It doesn't matter. I'm not just talking about Tom Brady. I'm talking about getting that O-line to jump. Or not the O-line, that defense to jump. Getting down that field. I'm talking about. It's so easy for
Bill Belichick versus Mike Tomlin.
I get it. And I hate, and I will say this, I hate Tom Brady. I hate him. I don't think he's the greatest of all time. The only reason I think he's any good is because of Bill Belichick. That's the only reason I think Tom Brady is any good.
I would say that he's also
He's a good quarterback.
I'd say that
but he's terrible out of the pocket. He cannot throw out of the pocket.
Okay, we're getting off topic.
We are.
All right, so your prediction was
38-40. 38-40 Pittsburgh.
Well, that's gonna be crazy.
I think it's gonna be. Crazy. I'm also gonna hold on. I'm gonna make one more prediction. Pittsburgh gets moved to the Sunday night game. Pittsburgh New England gets moved to the Sunday night game.
Wait, before the game?
Before the game. I have a feeling this is because I don't even know who is the Sunday night game.
I don't know.
But I mean, come on. This is to decide the first seed. Basically, this decides the first seed.
It's gonna be a good game.
I'm could be wrong. Yes,
we gotta wrap up.
Yes,
because we're getting a little long here in the tooth. Sorry guys, I know we went super long. Love you, thank you so much. Again, if you like us and you have something to say, please comment, please subscribe, please share. We'd love to know more about you. So, tell us where you're from, where your team reps. What your thoughts are on our thoughts. I mean, we're not perfect, so we're happy to, take, any type of, if you see something that's wrong or you say, hey, I've got this thought, dude, tell us.
Let us know. We love when people comment. Yeah.
We're just fans like you are.
If you see us, we normally respond to. Yeah. I know I may miss a comment here or there, but normally I'm right there commenting.
So check that out. Don't forget, superfanstyle.com. You got the dilly shirt. So use the code AFC North 20 to log in to get your 20% off
discount.
And also, if you want to help support the show, go on to patreon.com/AFC Northerners. We'd love any support that you feel like helping us out with. And I think
spread the show if you love the show. Spread it to your friends. Yeah. Tweet about us. Put us on Facebook.
Or don't. I mean, or just enjoy the show because really, that's why we do it. So
that is why we do it.
Yeah. So, all right, guys, we're gonna sign off as we always do with fuck the Steelers,
Patriots, and fuck the Ravens,
and the Browns.
Fuck the Browns.
And
I'll do that too.
Because
we still have the Browns.
But really, fuck the Patriots.
I don't have to fuck the Bengals because we've already done that.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. All right. Bye, guys.
Love you, Mark. Love you, DGBG. Wow.